I'm Huon Hooke, and this is The Real Review. So the wine we're tasting today is Vasse Felix Cullity Cabernet Sauvignon Malbec 2016 from Margaret River. So the backstory of Vasse Felix is very much the backstory of Margaret River, because Vasse Felix was the first commercial vineyard, which is still continuing today, to be planted there back in 1967. A heart surgeon from Perth, Dr. Tom Cullity, cardiologist, came down to Margaret River and was inspired to plant a vineyard. There'd been some research work done recently on the suitability of the area for grape growing. He decided to jump in and do it. He planted vines at Vasse Felix, and the first vines that he planted included Cabernet Sauvignon and Malbec. So Malbec is not such a widely known variety, but it's been in Margaret River since the very beginning. So to produce their flagship wine, Vasse Felix decided that they would make a Cabernet Malbec, partly in homage to Dr. Cullity, but partly because that's what makes the best wine. So this is only the fourth vintage, I think, of this wine. Before that, it was known as the Heytesbury. Margaret River, of course, is one of the great wine regions of Australia. In that 53 years, it has come from nothing to be one of our great wine regions with a wonderful world reputation. A seriously great region. The Cabernet vines there were taken from a heritage clone, which is regarded as the best clone in Western Australia. It comes from the old Hooke vineyard in the Swan Valley, and it's known as the Hooke selection. The vineyard is at Williabrip, which is sort of in the top third of Margaret River, the northerly third of Margaret River, which is a warmer part of Margaret River, and it just happens to be the best part of Margaret River for growing Cabernet and the other Bordeaux varieties. So this one is, I think it's largely Cabernet, 78% Cabernet Sauvignon, 20% Malbec and 2% Petit Verdot. What does this wine taste like? There it is. It is a very good, deep, but not too deep colour. It is, there's certainly darker coloured wines around than that. So to me, that's a good sign. It's a nice colour. It's translucent. It's bright. But the fact that it's not too dark suggests that it hasn't been over-extracted. And the aroma is absolutely classic Margaret River. There's red and blue fruits there, lots of blue fruits, blueberries especially, and some violets there. Gorgeous nose, very, very attractive. It doesn't have the greenness and the leafy capsicum character that some of the lesser wines from the district have. It's got a touch of oak, just beautifully melded into the fruit there, giving it a little extra complexity. So I think 80% of the oak that it was aged in was new. So there is, there's quite a bit of oak goes into the wine. A lovely, lovely perfume. I could sit and sniff that for quite a while. And the wine is very, very intense indeed. Concentration is there, but it's not concentration with heaviness. It's concentration with aerial lightness to it. Lovely, lovely wine. It's very Moorish and very appetizing. The finish is clean and crisp and refreshing. Good acidity there. Not obvious, but it's there. It helps to give it that refreshing finish. Keeps you wanting more. Lovely, lovely wine. Good length. Beautiful balance. Beautiful harmony. There's nothing out of place. Tannins. The tannins are there, but they're very fine tannins. So there's none of this grippiness, none of this astringency. You don't want that. It's a wine that is certainly going to improve, but it is approachable now, but I would say it's got a long life ahead of it. So how do we rate this Tom Cullity from Vasse Felix? We gave it a score of 96, which is a pretty good score. I think that as this wine matures, it will be worth even more points than that. We tasted it, I think, a year ago. It was looking a little bit closed compared to what it is today. I think this wine is already starting to, expand its chest a little bit and fill out. It's number 6 out of 38 Cabernet blends from Margaret River we tasted from the 2016 vintage. Our drinking window is 2022 to 2046. Seems very precise, but it's at least a 20 to 25 to 30 year wine, no problem. So what food would you serve with a wine like this? And Virginia Wilcock, who is the great winemaker of Vasse Felix and who's been there for quite a while and who instituted this wine, she suggested charcuterie. That's a bit unexpected. I was thinking she might go for something a bit more hearty, like beef or lamb or game even perhaps, maybe even offal. But charcuterie, no, why not? Why not? It will go perfectly well with charcuterie, sausage, pate, terrines and so on. The important thing is to have protein in the food to go with the tannin in the wine, and the two will meld together beautifully. So enjoy. Vasse Felix, Tom Cullity.